Good morning and welcome back to the Cottage Farmstead. My name is Nathan Vanette, and I'm here to show you what progress we've been making on our homestead. So this time of year, especially with Christmas and New Year's, things start to slow down, especially with the different crews that are working. People are on vacation and whatnot. So we've been having a nice little lull in terms of just the overall progress of things. And it's been wonderful just to be able to give us some time to breathe, for it seems like things have been progressing so quickly around here lately. One thing that was recently done is we got our waterproof membrane on our basement walls. They did two things. They did both a 40 millimeter spray sealant, but then also put this surface membrane on just as a double protection, and it also gives us a longer warranty period of time. We had looked into and talked about possibly doing a DIY for the waterproofing, but the chemicals aren't fun to work with, and the cost actually was going to be very close to the same to do it ourselves versus having a professional do it. In addition to that, a professional guarantees his work, at least with the crew that we did, for 25 years. So if anything happens at all, we don't have to worry about having to fix it ourselves, but rather they'll take care of it from there. So it provides a lot of peace of mind. So they ended up putting this membrane to about 1 foot from the surface of the concrete wall. What it is it's basically, it's hard to tell here, but there's a bunch of ripples in this. And this is a permeable filter right here, which enables water to go through. And then has a hard back, and those ripples help the water just cascade all the way down to where the footer is. Once the water works its way down the wall, it's hard to tell here, but essentially what this is here is almost like a little pocket. The hard side of the fabric is here, pebbles are on this side. So this is called a J drain. So as the water comes down the wall, it gets trapped in this drain, can't escape on this side, but is able to go this way through it. And then it just travels all the way, they have it sloped, to a 4-inch tile right over there. And these are the two 4-inch tiles, one coming from each side of the house. And we'll be digging those out in this general direction because the fall of the land all goes over there. So we'll just go ahead, dig a trench, and run additional tile to get all the moisture that's coming along the surface of the wall, dumps far away from the foundation. The next step of the process is going to be backfilling. Now that we have the drain in place, we'll be able to put an aggregate material around the base of where that J drain is. This is important just so that you don't get any, whether it's sand or silt, backfilling and clogging that drain. So we ended up purchasing a big pile of stone over here. This is called number 57 stone, which is well sifted so you don't have fine particulate dust. And we'll put that a good solid 1.5 or 2 feet deep over the tile and then backfill with clay over on top of that. Anytime that you are digging a basement, it is hard because essentially you are creating a swimming pool, digging a hole and creating a disturbance with the natural water flow with the soil surface. So that's where having a good water membrane is your first level of defense, and then having an aggregate material to prevent any lateral pressure of water as much as possible. That way it flows right through, hits the drain, and can be taken out and away from the foundation. Another thing that we are very excited about is they ended up getting our power in. So our electrical system here with this temporary pole is about 600 feet away from the main line. We ended up having that dug rather than a surface wire. But we already have it running. You can see there. We haven't used any yet, but it won't be long and we'll have some power bills coming in. This box right here will be feeding the electricity to Rebecca's and my house, which is right there, as well as my in-laws once they start building, which is going to be around the corner in that general direction. It will also be feeding our barn, which eventually will be right over here. So it's centrally located, that way we don't have to run the wire too far, especially since the wire going to the house is going to be a bigger gauge wire, and right now wire prices are expensive, so the smaller the wire you can run with, the better. And there you can see another box. That one is going to be for our future greenhouse, or if we want to build anything in the woods over in that general direction. It'll give us a lot of flexibility, as rather than having to pull from the other box, this one is already in place and easy to access from. Well, thank you for joining me today. It is very exciting to be able to make some progress while having a small break for the holidays. Right now, we are waiting for our trusses from the manufacturer, as unfortunately the brackets were back ordered and they do not know when they're going to be getting them in. If you're building your house, I'm sure you've run into different supply issues. It's just a challenging time. If it's not the supply shortages, then it's the prices that are skyrocketing, very volatile. Well, we hope you have a wonderful day. Make sure to subscribe to future videos. We'll have a lot of exciting content, especially once the framers get out here and start framing. Well, have a wonderful day.